Hello, my lovelies. My name is Z, and I am starting a knitting blog. I wanted to use my knitting blog to share with everyone what I've been working on lately, and maybe do some teaching along the way. So this is my first knitting blog. A little bit about me. I am 31 years old, and I am a knitting addict. I knit all the time, everywhere, anytime I possibly can, and I love to teach people how to knit. I'm actually teaching 2 different people how to knit socks at this point. So I may do that later on in another knitting blog. But for right now, I wanted to share some of the things I've been working on, and I've been a lot sock obsessed lately. Part of the reason I've been sock obsessed lately is that my mother-in-law brought me some awesome sock yarn back from Vancouver, and I also got some awesome sock yarn when I was in St. Paul at the yarnery, which is really cushy, and I really like it. So I'd like to just kind of share some of the sock yarn I've been working with. One of the first yarns that I've been working with is Fleece Artist. It's their trail socks, and I've been working with it in 2 different colorways. One is Fire Opal, and the other one is the stone colorway. And the stone colorway, I actually knit the monkey socks for my mother-in-law that are in that color because that's what she requested. So here are the socks for my mother-in-law. When you get up close, you can really see the pattern, and it's really comfy and cushy and stretchy, so I think it's going to be a really good fix for the socks. I did the normal long tail cast on this pair of socks, but when I started my pair of monkeys, because I liked knitting them so much, I wanted to start a pair for me. The cast on was a little too tight for me because I have thick ankles. So I used a different cast on. It's the Jenny's Super Stretchy cast on to go with the Jenny's Super Stretchy bind off. And so I started the socks for me, and it's in a lot darker colorway. And this is the Cascade Heritage sock. It's in a lot darker colorway. It's really hard to see over the webcam, but hopefully I can lighten that up a little bit when I upload to YouTube. So here's my pair of socks. I'm finding it hard to keep going with the monkeys because I'm not really used to doing them on double pointed needles. I'm really a fan of doing them on magic loop 2 at a time, and I'm finding myself stuck in sock syndrome setting in before I'm even done with the first sock. So gotta keep going on those. I'm almost to the part where I can start the heel. I may do a short row heel on this one. The other one I did the heel flap like it was in the pattern. I have small heels, so the short row heel seems to fit my foot better. Also, another part of the yarn, the Fire Opal yarn that came, I actually am just doing a plain pair of stockinette socks, and I'll probably do something funky in the ribbing. But here are the Fire Opal socks that I've been working on. The color is really nice oranges and yellows and grays that you can kind of see. This one's going real fast. Stockinette or plain socks really go fast for me. And then I'm using them to teach someone how to do socks, so I'm kind of stuck right at the heel flat, or the heel, because my friend isn't at the point of the heel yet. So then when we went to the Brewers game, I just grabbed a random ball of sock yarn, and we ended up with this, and it's actually Opal sock yarn, and they're known for their color transitions and their self-patterning yarn, and this one actually turned out to be Brewer's colors. It's a lot of blue, and then a little bit of yellow, and then a lot of this whitish gray color that's showing up right here. Although if we look at the difference between this sock and the difference between this sock, it looks like I'm knitting 2 completely different socks. And how that happened is I'm pulling from one end of the yarn for one sock and the other end of the yarn for the other sock, which I find actually helps me just keep one ball of yarn and less tangling. But at the same point, my socks are fraternal twins instead of identical. I find it's really hard to split a ball like that to find the identical piece, so I don't generally do it. So there you have it. I'm obsessed with sock knitting lately, and probably always, but I knit always knitting some sort of socks. I should be mailing the socks to my mother-in-law coming up this week. I'm really excited to start knitting something maybe a little bigger. I've been toying with the idea of starting a Clapotis. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's another knitty pattern, but it's a scarf by Gilbert that has sections of dropped stitches all the way through. And if I start that, I'll show you guys how fun it is to drop the stitches. So there you have it. This is my first knitting blog. I hope to continue to do this maybe once a week, and update on what I've been working on, what I've been doing. I'm really excited because there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the news right now. There actually is a pier in London where someone knit a whole bunch of little figures to sit along it for like they were watching the Olympics. And that's a really cool thing for yarn bombing. So I've thought about starting yarn bombing in the past. Maybe it's something that we can do in the future, and then I can show you what I'm working on. Or the other thing that I'm really excited about is actually at work, my team is knitting baby hats for charity. And even the people who aren't knitters are using the nifty knitter loom to be able to knit and make baby hats, and so I really want to thank them for being open and proactive in helping the charity we've been working on. So that's my knitting blog. I will catch up with you guys next time.